I've come to the decision that it was about time. As much as I love Unity, I gotta give it the old yellow treatment. Felt like I was making the same CoD Zombies Doom quick style shooter over and over and over, just with a different coat of paint. And of course, I still want to see that idea through, but for now, it's kinda gonna have to sit on the back burner for a bit. Anyways, essentially what I wanted was some kind of all-in-one editor where I didn't have to keep writing the same code over and over to keep doing the same thing for every game. And of course, not having to pay $2,200 a year for a Unity Pro license would be great. So I did some digging in the universal hive mind that we like to call the internet and found a library called Raylib, a lightweight open source C framework designed specifically for making games and game engines. It was right there in that perfect sweet spot I was looking for, where it was low level enough to give me full control of everything I needed to make a game engine, but also doesn't ask me to write several pages worth of code just to open a window or handle input. And the best part about it is it's super portable. I could port it to basically anything, including Windows, Linux, Mac OS, HTML5, Android, Raspberry Pi, BSD, Haiku, FreeDOS, Oculus Quest 2, Bare Metal, STM32, ESP32, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, Sega Dreamcast, and even a TI-84 calculator. You can port this thing to the calculator, dude. So I went ahead and started messing around with a Python binding for Raylib and came up with these two prototypes. Alright, so here we are in platformer thingy. I've got our two little red and green Marios hanging out, just bouncing around and bounce on each other. X-Collision is broken.
Have a great time.
So I'm going to go ahead and go into debug mode with F1, hit R to restart, and then L to load a new level because I can do that. And then I can also draw things on the screen too. So just kind of got this looped up, and it saves to a JSON so that, I don't have to make the same level over and over and over and over and over again. We also have a custom input system that actually handles not only keyboard and mouse, but also controller support, which is pretty cool. And I also used said input system to add local multiplayer to the platformer thingy, which is pretty cool, but not very easy to control when it's one person controlling two Marios, now is it? Alright, so here we are in what I called PyDoom, which I'm pretty sure already exists. Just a basic 2D array grid, kind of more Wolfenstein-y than Doom here. We have 4 weapons, the shotgun being ripped pretty much straight from Brutal Doom. And then we got a basic chain gun from Doom, rocket launcher that doesn't work, and plasma rifle that doesn't work. And by doesn't work, I mean don't do projectiles or anything. I don't know what that lag spike was there. That was weird. I also went ahead, just for shits and gigs to see what UI would be like in Raylib. Went ahead and just made a very, very simple level editor. Don't mind me just patching these holes in my level now that I'm noticing that they're there. But yeah, it just exports pretty sure the same way it does in platformer thingy with a JSON. But regardless, go ahead and hit S. And of course now if we go back into the game, and if we go over here to take like a quick little looky, we can see that our map has updated. Cool. And once I did what every game developer does and abandoned PyDoom, I realized the whole reason for me choosing Raylib was not to make a game, but to make a game engine. I also figured for longevity's sake, we should probably switch from Python to C# and eventually pure C, not only for performance reasons, but I kept running into issues where a function that I was trying to use in Raylib didn't exist in my Python binding. And not only that, but the Python binding did not give me enough control over memory. So see it is. So here's the general idea of how the engine works. Every game is built out of a .titan file, the Doom equivalent of a .wad file, which holds all the assets and level data, sounds, etc. that the engine is going to need to make your game. When the game runs, it grabs that Titan file, reads everything in it, and then loads the first level and continues from there. Each level has its own mode, and the engine can switch between them seamlessly between levels. Right now there's only 4, which is a platformer mode, a top-down mode, a pseudo 3D raycaster mode, and a full 3D mode. So the same way Sonic 3 jumps from a 2D platformer during regular stages to 3D spherical special stages, the engine essentially does the same thing, just on the fly, any way you want. But I think that's about enough of me jabbering and blabbering around about the technical details. Let's see the engine in action. Alright, so here we are in the editor. So just opening it up, it gives you the option to pick a mode. So I'm just going to pick platform mode for now. Just kind of has the player in the goal ring kind of just spawned in. Goal ring? I don't know why I picked that term, but okay. You just left mouse to place things and right mouse to erase. I'm going to go ahead and press P to pick the player. And then I'll make a level. Alright, so I just made a level, so I'm going to go ahead and make a new one with N, and of course, the whole point of this engine is to have different modes, so I'm going to switch to top-down this time. Alright, so we have a level in each one, so if you want to go ahead and check back on your other levels, you can just press the minus and plus keys to scroll back and forth between your levels, so I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, so now that I've just checked all 4 of the levels, made sure everything's good, I'm going to hit Control S to save. And can't really see it on recording, but it pulls up the file manager to ask me where I want to save the Titan file to. I'm going to go ahead and save that in with the engine. Alrighty, and here we are in the engine. I've started out in platform mode, so we immediately got thrown into our platformer map. Kind of flat right now, but, you know, prototype we want. Ah, shit. I'm just going to go ahead and skip this time. There we go. Now it switches us pretty much in real time at this point to the top-down mode. This one is also just flat textures right now. Or sorry, no textures at all right now, just flat colors. Once I do the C rewrite, I'm going to go ahead and add textures to everything so that nothing is flat colors like everything is now. And here we are in the pseudo 3D mode. And yes, the pseudo 3D mode is textured right now, just because I wanted to see what it would look like, and this may or may not be my favorite mode out of all of them. And then here we are in the full 3D mode. Now, I know it doesn't look much different, and for some reason I can't look up farther, but this mode is intended to be full 3D, so yeah, let me jump over these. Then I go right back to platformer mode, and then we can do it all over again. And that wraps up just about everything that I have so far. And while all this was going down, I also teamed up with some friends at Downward Spiral Gaming to start a new gaming channel. And that's probably where a lot of my gaming content will be in the foreseeable future, although I do plan on dropping stuff on this channel still. We just dropped a new video on Brutal Wolfenstein, so that will be in the description if you want to go ahead and check that out. If you've been waiting for me to come back for the past 7 months, you're an absolute G, and you deserve a cookie. But regardless, thank you very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like to show your support, and if you want to see more of me, go ahead and subscribe so that you get a notification every time I upload, and I'll see y'all in the next one.